interviewing you. Hi, sir.
You are taking a live look at Morgan Park High School in Chicago, where the number 85 overall player in the class of 2026 is set to make his college commitment. I am talking about Chicago, Illinois, Morgan Park, top 247 two-way athlete Nasir Rankin, an elite talent on the football field as well as the hardwood. His moment is about to be here, and I am fired up about it. So welcome, everyone, to 247 Sports. I am national analyst Tom Loy, alongside national analyst and former college football general manager Smoke Dixon. Smoke, how we doing today, my man?
Man, I am doing outstanding when we get to talk about athletes, especially two-sport athletes.
This kid's pretty special. So before we get into it, as always, please be sure to like and subscribe to the 247 Sports YouTube channel. But let's start it off. Nasir Rankin, it's commitment day. Let's learn a little bit more about him. 5'11", 180 pounds, ranked as the number 85 overall player in the country. He's one of the top two-way guys in the nation, number 9 at his position, number 2 in the state of Illinois. Special talent. Smoke, let's turn on the tape. What jumps out to you when you're watching Rankin?
Yeah, when you first cut on the tape, you look at an athlete, and the first thing I always want to do as general manager when we talked about athletes, just put the ball in their hands any way possible. The first time you see him get the ball, he just turned around the corner and just got loose and scored. Then I always wanted to see, how does he catch the basketball? This is how he catch the football. But he's a two-sport player, so he goes up and he rebounds. You see him in his ability to track the ball over his shoulders, catch it in 50-50 contested situation, catch it in traffic. And then when you see him run, he's a natural explosive runner, but he's deceptively fast and explosive. So when he's running, you don't necessarily see him running fast away from players until you just look at the clip and you see everybody else and rewind and he's in fast forward. Smooth when he gets in and out of his break. Catches the ball in traffic. Ability to put his foot in the ground. Make defenders miss. And then, again, score with the ball in his hands. Naturally. At it. All day, every day.
I'm going to put your feet to the fire a little bit here. Do you see him as a day one contributor regardless of where he ends up?
Absolutely. Just for the first thing that I just said. Playmaker. So any way, any form, and how you want to do it, just get the ball in his hands and let him do what he does. You don't have to make it a big package for him, but just make it a package for him because he's one of the dynamic guys that can score with the ball in his hands.
All right, well, let's look at Nasir Rankin's recruitment. He's got 5 finalists: Duke, Illinois, Nebraska, North Carolina, and USC. So let's head over to 247 Sports national analyst Alan True for some last-minute intel on his recruitment.
For Rankin, one of the top two-way athletes in the Midwest and really in the entire country. There just aren't too many guys who have basketball offers and football offers and can do all of the things he does on the field as well as the court. That has made him one of the most sought-after recruits in the Midwest. I think Illinois has led for several months now. I think it's become pretty known that they were one of the teams to beat. I think he considered ending this recruitment even earlier than today, but wanted to take his time, wanted to take some visits, give himself the chance to go see some schools outside of the region. He went all the way out to USC and took a visit, and then visited some other schools closer to home, Nebraska, Michigan. Those are schools he wanted to take a last look at. And I do think some of those schools made an impression. I think USC made an impression. I think Nebraska made an impression. And so this recruitment did get interesting, but Illinois has been in this one for a long time. I know they gave him the basketball offer. I really think it's about more than that, though. I think even without that, he would still be favoring the Illini today. So that's where I think he's headed. I think it's another fantastic get for an Illinois class that has been really rolling of late. So you never rule out a surprise, but I think Illinois has had the lead for this one in a long time and are poised to get the job done.
Now let's hear from the man himself, Nasir Rankin. Let's start it off, man. I know you got some people there. It's a packed house there at Morgan Park. Who do you have there with you enjoying this special day for you?
How you doing?
Doing great, man. Really happy you could be here. But tell everybody a little bit about this process and just everybody there with you. You're finally here. It's commitment day. What's this last couple of years been like for you, man?
I put in a lot of work these last few years, and it's a blessing to have these schools on the table. I'm just blessed.
Let's dive into the finalists, man. First up, Duke. What has them in contention for you?
Duke, I went out there a couple months ago. They showed me the offense. The offense was real pass heavy. That's what I liked about it. They pass the ball a lot. That really caught my attention. So that's why they in my top 5.
And let's move on to Illinois. What has them in the mix down the stretch?
They was the first school to offer me. They always show love. It's close to home, so kind of put them.
And what is it about Nebraska that has them as a top 5 finalist?
They also been recruiting me early on. They run like a NFL style offense. So they every time I go down there, they tell me how good of a player I am and how good I can, be used all around the field. So,
North Carolina, new head coach Bill Belichick. There's a lot of buzz around the Tar Heels. What has them in the hunt?
Yeah, I got a chance to build a good relationship with Coach McGee. We got to talk a lot of ball and stuff like that. Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, a little far from home, you got the USC Trojans. I know there's some strong ties there of guys that are now with the USC program. So what do you like about the Trojans?
USC, I liked it when I went out there. They put a lot of good players in the NFL. That's what really caught my eye. They said they can develop me into an NFL player, so that's what I like.
All right, Nasir, the moment we've all been waiting for is here. Take a breath, take your time. Where are you continuing your academic and athletic career?
First, I want to thank God. I want to thank God for blessing me to be here. I wouldn't be here without God. Next, I want to thank my family. I want to thank my mom. She always, been there, been supportive, mentally, emotionally. She always, made sure I was good, even though the time was hard. I've been through a lot. She was always there and always able to lift me up. So, I thank her for that. Next, I want to thank my dad. My dad sacrificed a lot for me to get here. My dad worked nights, so during the day he'll take me to work out probably twice a day, sometimes even 3. And he'll, get off no sleep, go to work right after. So I thank you for that. You ain't really have to do that. You could have been resting. I appreciate that. Next, I want to thank y'all for all coming out. I appreciate y'all for supporting me. Next, I want to thank all my coaches. Man, y'all, ever since I came here, y'all pushed me. Y'all allow me to be the player I am. I just appreciate y'all for that. Last but not least, I want to thank my team. Man, my brothers. Shout out to my brothers, man. Y'all, it's really a blessing and a joy being able to be on the same team as y'all, being able to work with y'all. Y'all accepted me ever since I came in. I appreciate y'all for that. Let's go get this ring. But yeah, y'all like guys. With that being said, I'll be committed to.
Oh. Come on. Yeah.
Get that out the way. Yeah, get that there.
There you have it. Clearly, Illinois, there's a little bit of a sweat, I'm sure, for Brett Bielema and the staff in Champaign, but Illinois gets it done. They now have a top 10 class, commit number 16. Huge, huge victory for the Fighting Illini. Massive win for Illini. Nasir, you got me, bud? All right, Nasir, you talked earlier today when we talked about Illinois. You told me how important the relationships were. So when it came to Brett Bielema, receivers coach Justin Stepp, and OC Barry Lunny Jr., how did they impact your decision? Nasir, you got me?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
Tell me about the relationships that factored into your final decision. How key and how important were they?
Man, it was really important. You know, we built a good relationship for a pretty long time. So there's been a lot of trust built there in between. So I feel like it was the right decision. They put a lot of guys in the NFL. I feel like I could be the next one.
No doubt about it, man. We think very highly of you, and we appreciate you taking the time today. Huge win for Illinois with Nasir Rankin. Thanks again, man. All right, well, there it is. Smoke, huge win. This is exactly what they were looking for. Illinois has a top 10 class. What do you think about the job? Actually, what do you think about the job that Illinois has done so far?
Well, the first thing you want to always talk about, what the young man Nasir just said, relationships early on in the process. So what they're doing right now in recruiting, they're identifying talent early, in-state, putting a fence around it and saying we're keeping our best talent here. And naturally, you see the energy towards what they're doing with Coach Bielema. And they're building the team the way that Coach Bielema wants it. Tough, hard-nosed, players that love football, but again, athletes upon athletes in order to compete in the Big Ten.
Well, when Illinois gets it done, there's only one guy to talk to, and that's Jeremy Werner. So let's head over to Jeremy over at Illinois Inquirer and hear how Illinois got this one done.
Four-star Chicago Morgan Park athlete Nasir Rankin's commitment to the Illini is the biggest sign yet of the Illini's improved standing with top in-state prospects. Rankin could have gone to a lot of historical powers like Nebraska, USC, Wisconsin, and many others, but his recruitment is a sign that in-state stars are starting to see at Illinois that they can not only win games in the Big Ten, but also become an NFL draft pick. Rankin wants to play wide receiver. Well, Illinois has produced a draft pick at the position in each of the last 2 years with Casey Washington and Pat Bryant, plus Isaiah Williams, who plays the slot like Rankin, has a spot on the Cincinnati Bengals roster and was an all-Big Ten player at Illinois. Rankin also could play DB. Well, Illinois got it covered there. Devin Witherspoon and Kirby Joseph developed at Illinois and are now NFL stars. Illinois played this one right. They were the first to offer Rankin. They offer him a chance to play on either side of the ball and potentially both, like a Travis Hunter. They're also offering Rankin, who's a really good Division I basketball prospect, potentially the chance to play two sports. Basketball and head coach Brad Underwood have offered him a roster spot. So Illinois played this one right. They get him, and Rankin is the biggest, the highest ranked in-state prospect for Illinois that has committed to them since 2009. That's a big moment for Brett Bielema's program.
What a win for Illinois. As always, for more on Illinois recruiting, stay locked to Illini Inquirer. They are the best in the business when it comes to the Fighting Illini. But for Smoke Dixon, I'm Tom Loy. Again, congrats to Nasir Rankin on his commitment to Illinois. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.